All right, test one, two, three. Test one, two, three. Hope you guys are all having a good day here. I'm just testing everything out, so bear with me for just a second. Loki is very excited about this as well. I'm just double checking to make sure everything is working from my end here. This is the first time I've tried the multi-streaming here. So I'm really trying to figure out how the multi-stream is doing and what exactly is going on here. We are going at 1080p today, so this is going to be a little bit more of an interesting perspective if I do say so. So I see myself streaming on, looks like YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Trollo, Twitch, and maybe Kick. I gotta figure out if I have Kick up yet. Oh, I didn't do Kick. I gotta replace Trovo with Kick. But anyway, hope you guys are all having a good day here. I think it's gonna be a good stream. Let me know how you guys like this new video quality, because instead of going from 4K, which the YouTubers are aware of, now we're going back down to 1080. Let me know if the 1080 works for you guys, because what I had to do is literally like reset my whole software thing here, because you can see the box I'm in. The box was massive because it used to be for a 4K box. So I had to shrink everything down, and hopefully that's working out a little bit more. Yeah, definitely something interesting here. And hey, everybody, thanks. And hey, CryptoRookie, appreciate it. This shirt isn't going to be in most of my videos, I would say. In fact, let me actually, well, I can keep this up here now. All these are customized buttons, so I love them. But you won't see me in this shirt most of the time here. I like this shirt a lot, but lavender has a tendency to get messy and stuff on it. So you guys will probably see this jacket quite a bit. I have a few more jackets, even some overcoats and stuff. But yeah, so this is gonna be the new vibe here. I'm gonna try to wear this jacket as much as possible because it just feels so good. It's some Italian fabric here. So I'm gonna give Loki a treat before he freaks out. When I first said hello to you guys, he jumped up and didn't even know where to go. So let me put this over here. Good boy. Yes, such a good boy. That's a good boy. All right. So, hey everybody, 100,000, what do you call it, subscriber celebration going on right now. I will be having a cigar here pretty soon. I was looking for a few, and I settled on two that I wanted to have with you guys. Both I know are good smokes, so I'm gonna enjoy those as well. I'm just making sure that everything is actually fine. Let me see how this is working out here. So you guys know I'm not used to this multi-streaming stuff, so now I gotta look at a whole bunch of different audio here, or messaging rooms. There we go. And there we go. I think we're good to go. All right. All right, so hey GT, hey Matthew, happy to see you, man. Crypto, digging the look, I appreciate that. Super clean. Pretty soon I'm about to go get my haircut. I haven't had my haircut in about 3 weeks, I think. I've really just been procrastinating like crazy. But whenever I put a little bit of oil in my hair, the sheen makes it look a little bit better than it actually is. And hey, Daryl, music, beats, happy to see you, my man. Look uncomfortable. Oh, GT, don't worry, but it's not the, what do you call it? It's not the clothes. It's just I've never multi-streamed before. And so there's like 5 things I'm looking at constantly, which I'm not used to. So because I'm multi-streaming, I now have, let me show you guys this very fast. Oh, see, I don't even have my head on here just yet. I don't even have my head on it. See, there's a whole bunch of stuff I got used to. So I have the TikTok comments and stuff going on. Then I got the YouTube stuff going on. And then I also have this going on in case there's comments from other things like the Trollo or the Twitch or the other stuff. So I'm looking a lot more confused because normally I just look here into the comments, and it's not that simple as it used to be. So it's going to be a little bit of a different experience here. But actually what I am going to do for my own little sanity here is I'm going to undo this button. Normally I don't like doing these top buttons unless I'm doing something especially formal, but I just haven't had a really good chance to test this out yet. I'm actually going to do the top button here too. That's pretty fun. But yeah, it's more of a overwhelmed sensation of stuff going on. And hey, B-Way, happy to see you. I made it to the live. Thank you, Nicholas. Happy to see you, my man. And hey, Courtney, congratulations, Michael. Everything is perfect. I appreciate it. You guys even notice, see, again, I've been doing a lot of stuff today, and especially yesterday too. Everything's moved, so you guys no longer see my TV and stuff, which is over there. I'm thinking of getting another camera actually to look this way so you guys can see my third monitor here and the TV stuff over there if I need to. And then I put pictures back here because my wall was actually pretty barren. I guess within 1 to 2 weeks, I'm going to get my YouTube, or I'm going to be contacted about my YouTube Silver Award thing for the 100,000 subscribers. And it's going to go probably right here or maybe just like right here. I'm not entirely sure. With the amount that I swivel, it's going to be blocked, but I don't think it actually matters all too much because most of you guys will just notice the plaque for the first few times, and after that, it'll be kind of it'll just kind of blend into the background, if you will. So yeah, a lot of good stuff going on here. And hey, Great Gatsby, happy to see you guys. All right, so now that I see everything kind of rolling on the right way, let's focus on crypto here. And I'll pull out a cigar in about 5 to 10 minutes after I go through the list of stuff we're going to be talking about today, because there is a lot. And also, let me know how you guys are looking, how you guys are liking the 1080p stream, because right now I'm already getting messages from YouTube saying, hey, the stream's current bitrate 35,000 is higher than recommended. However, that's because I'm streaming to different places at different times. So I'm hoping that all of that power is able to do a lot of 1080p streams, which is, again, something I'm not used to. I'm getting there, though. I'm getting there. All right, so basically Bitcoin here. A lot of stuff going on. I don't think we've had a chance to talk since Saturday when I did my little speaking event. We got some good news here. It's not great just yet, but it's good. What's basically been able to happen here is that Bitcoin has started the process of bouncing. We've talked about this in the 4-hour chart primarily, and then the daily charts here. I want to just go over to the 4-hour charts very fast. Those 4-hour charts, we had the change of character. We have them here. The reason that most people probably didn't take these positions, as we talked about earlier, is really just because the daily charts are not bullish just yet. So people have been much more cautious about hopping in, because usually when you have this type of change of character within a more bearish trend, the daily still has a bearish change of character. And then you also have things like the oscillators also being very bearish, which we just saw on the daily chart. You get these type of things where it kind of peaks up for a little bit with a change of character, even has a good bullish momentum, but it just dies back down, comes up and it dies back down. We don't really want to see something like that happen. So I know a lot of you guys were talking to me earlier saying, hey, this wasn't something you guys wanted to buy. And I completely understand it. It looks like it only went up for a few hours. So that was probably only really good for the scalpers out there. Not much else besides those scalpers here. Now, going back over to the daily chart, we have an opportunity to break back out above the 20-day moving average, and that gets us back in play to go back up here towards $66,500. That's where the magic's going to happen. For us right now, you guys will notice that we have no green change of character just yet. We also do not have everything being green just yet. You will notice the stochastic and the RSI are formally green. The MACD is not green just yet as far as a closure. In about 22 hours and 52 minutes, if we stay around this level, we will have a good momentum on our side. And hopefully that means we will have broken out a little bit higher, and then we'll also be having a change of character. That should, in theory, push us back up closer to around $67,000 to $68,000. I'm hoping that's going to be the case here. So again, we've talked about who wants to buy in these different types of scenarios. This is still going to be something more of an aggressive trader. When we were talking about here, I was doing dollar cost averaging. I wasn't really doing many swing trades or day trades. I told you guys more aggressive traders are going to be buying right now to make that high or low. If you guys bought, you guys are either going to be selling right now or holding for a larger play, or maybe scaling out and waiting for the larger play. For now, I would have probably scaled out at probably 25% and then waiting to see what happens, just so I've locked in some profit. But I don't want to, I don't want to scale it too much, because you don't know how much higher this thing can really go, right? So let me put this over here very fast, and there we go. So right now, Bitcoin's looking pretty good. We just need to have a really positive day on the upside, and it's either going to be a really good day or a really bad day. One of those types of moves. The last few days has been kind of, it's been okay, right? But now, huge move breaking back above the 20-day moving average. See that volatility that happens there quite a bit. Or we're going to get rejected and head back down here towards 61,500. So we might be looking at a negative $1,000 day, or something more of a, a plus $2,000 day. It's going to be a really nice one here for you volatility lovers. Everything else, when I look at some of the stuff going on right now, if it'll work, oh, there we go. Okay, it was slowing down for a second. Oh, it might be because my GPU is streaming all this stuff to different places. That could have definitely been it. But because, Ethereum has been getting hit a little bit more difficult, a little bit harder, I would just say. This is a little bit more behind Bitcoin as far as the oscillators are concerned. We still don't have the MACD being positive just yet, but you can see actually yesterday it did try to break above that 20-day moving average, then it got rejected by the 50. I'm so optimistic if Bitcoin can make this run, you could see Ethereum start to head back up here towards $3,700. Right here at the bottom is $3,777. Maybe we'll get up there. I usually see us get pretty close, then we get rejected pretty handily. I don't want to wait for us to get rejected like by something like that. Solana and a lot of other tokens that are pretty overvalued, you can still be looking to buy into them if you guys want to. But for me, this is still something of a shorter term swing trade where, again, we talked about opening up 2 to 3 days. We're still in that range. If you guys want to feel more emboldened and you guys are hoping for the bottom is in, we're going to break out, go higher for a lot of these tokens, then of course you guys will have a different strategy there, but you guys would still have some type of position. I would say for most of you guys, and how I know you guys have been trading, you guys seem like you guys have been dollar cost averaging, just waiting this out, because doing any type of leverage trade, it hasn't really been beneficial for overall, right? So we'll see how that kind of works out. Everything else like Dogecoin, stuff like that, still pretty bearish territory. A lot of meme coins have had some mixed results. Dogecoin here, Whiff had a little bit more of a bounce. Bonk had a really nice bounce here. Miro, not so good. Baby Doge, not so good. STMX, not so good. Book of Meme, a small bounce. So meme coins, I think, have a long way to go. And in fact, a lot of meme coins, you can actually see the oscillators here for SHIB. They're actually bullish right now on the MACD. Even though the last few days have not been good, they're bullish. So you might see something more of a rapid rise in the price of those things without there being too much of a technical breakout, but just volume flooding in because they see all these buying signals going on. The 4-hour chart, still bullish here for the most part. Change of character, buy, sell here, and now I think there's still a bit more of a buy left on the MACD or from the RSI. So I'm looking at a bunch of stuff there. But overall, this is kind of one of those weirder markets where Bitcoin seems like it's actually okay. Altcoins in general are still coming down just a little bit, but some of those larger caps have found their footing and they're waiting for that next bit of money to kind of flow into them. I was trying to look up more on things like Ajax and Ocean AI, but apparently on Binance, I don't think you can trade them anymore because they came back as invalid symbols. I'm wondering if because of all the stuff going on there pretty soon, the tokens are kind of in a weird spot. I'm going to try to look into that a little bit more today. I think somebody actually wanted me to talk about Ajax today as well. However, you can see that some of these AI tokens right now, they're definitely taking some hits. They're definitely not popping off like you might want them to be. So I'm taking the opportunity to still continue to dollar cost average these and wait for a larger move. If there was one AI token that's about to break out above resistance levels or has the opportunity, it looks like it's going to be RNDR though. So keep an eye on that one. Technically today is Meme Coin Monday. I'm not entirely sure how I want to navigate that into the streams just yet, but I don't know. We'll probably have a focus on meme coins later on in the stream. I'm not entirely sure. I think it might just go back to the daily videos that I do and have talking about meme coins on Mondays. We'll see how that works out. But yeah, that's one thing here. A couple other things I just want you guys to see very fast. Where are they at? Some of the OGs like Ethereum Classic and Matic and so forth, they're still under some pressure. Comp, Robinhood, still under some pressure. So we're not out of the woods yet. So if you guys are looking to do swing trades, it seems like, Bitcoin and Ethereum are having the best luck right now. And same with Solana here. A lot of other stuff hasn't had those nice bounces just yet. And I'm wondering if that's because Wall Street's getting more active in some of these other tokens where they feel like they should be buying the dip up, and it's causing some of these extreme pops where we're not necessarily used to that type of thing here, especially when the rest of the market's doing something, right? Usually it's Bitcoin, everything else, maybe Bitcoin, Ethereum. More of these tokens are kind of falling in line there, and I find that to be a little bit more interesting here. Oh, and later on, we'll be having some fun here. I'm gonna use ChatGPT to kind of do some research with you guys because I might be a mad scientist, or I may just be stupid, probably the latter. But we're gonna have some fun with ChatGPT today. All right, so there's this one story I wanted to talk to you guys about. It got brought to my attention by one of you guys. Elastos partners with BEVM to launch Bitcoin P2P loans, targeting 1.3 trillion in dormant value. So basically, what this means is you guys, if you have Bitcoin, you can, let me see if I can actually find the right wording for it, Partnering with BVM to develop this Bitcoin native loan product allows users to collateralize up to 80% of their assets. So 80% of your Bitcoin can be collateralized. That way you can actually take a loan out against it. Usually when you have assets, you can take loans out against them. This kind of brings a lot of that larger money involved in here a little bit more, I would say. I didn't hear CNBC talking about it, so that'd be a good thing for you guys to understand that. In return, they receive L2 credit, like stable coins based on terms in a Bitcoin assured smart contract. To facilitate this, let's delve into the importance role of L2. We don't have to worry about all that type of stuff. But basically, you see more loans happening here, and for all the money that's going into Bitcoin, it doesn't mean they can't use that, those Bitcoin to get loans and still put money in the system here, which is ultimately going to be very, very good. I don't know what you guys may do with those stable coins. You guys may trade those stable coins. You may invest them back in the market. You may use them to turn into cash to put a down payment on a house. Who knows what you guys may do? But that vehicle is opening up, and for those people who have a lot of Bitcoin, that now is going to start to open up a lot more opportunities to invest capital, which I'm pretty excited about. Going over here to the top movers of the day, I was hoping for something a little bit more based off of Bitcoin being so hopeful, but it seems like Bonk and OM are really leading the charge here. Everything else seems to be below 5%, so good, but not fantastic. So Bonk is really something, if you wanted to be day trading, it seems like it's making that good move. OM, I don't think has been on the top 100 market cap for a while here. I'm not entirely sure, but it seems to be something new on my radar, so I'm also going to be looking to see if I can find out some more news about that here. And hey, Lux Guy, happy to see you very, very much. Let's see. Mike, you think altcoins will have a great run, such as Doge and Shiba? Not all altcoins, but I think there's going to be plenty that can have some really good runs. They're not going to have them as fast, but I'll go into that a little bit more. I'm calling it CPI will come in really good on the 11th. I'm really hoping so, because we had great CPI now. Imagine CPI being bad for the first quarter of the year. Then the Fed has to react after saying month after month, staying dovish and dovish and dovish. And just when they start getting good CPI data, they flip to being very, very hawkish. And now we're going to have months and months of good economic data as far as lower CPI. The Fed, they really can't get it together here. They're really going to have some trouble here, and that's okay, right? That's okay. I don't expect too much from the Fed. One thing about the futures right now is the market is down a little bit. In a few minutes, we're going to be going over oil prices and the dollar index, just because they seem to be, not looking fantastic for us, honestly. But we've been in similar spots before. However, futures right now are down. Oil is up. 10 years are also down, so that 10-year may actually help us out a little bit more. There was some big news. Let me know if you want to talk about this a little bit more. I kind of caught part of it on Twitter, then a little bit while I was watching YouTube this morning. I didn't really see too much about what was going on, but it looks like it was some big news. Supreme Court rules Trump has immunity for official acts, limits evidence and reach of special counsel. That seems like a pro-Trump thing. Plus, they put a picture of Trump up on the picture here. Usually when something is bad for Trump, they'll usually put a very frowny face Trump or an exhausted Trump on here. I've seen that happen a lot. Same with Biden, same with everybody. If it's a good thing, they're smiling, happy, triumphant. If it's bad, they look really, really bad and stuff like that. Also with the Biden stuff going on. And hey, Steve, happy to see you as well. All right, let's keep going down the list here. I was looking at this actually a little bit more here. Bitcoin's bottom is in. Price couldn't be near or already in. The Coinbase Premium Index suggests previous deeply negative readings occurred near local bottoms in price, with the most recent occurring just prior to Bitcoin's rally between October and March to all-time highs, FalconX's David Laurent noted. And you can just see right here. Oh, let me see if I can actually point this out to you. There you go. Right here. We haven't been this low since FTX, which is over there. I hope you guys can see this a little bit more. I know it's like white on white crime over here. Sorry, I mean like the mouse white on white. But yeah, so you can see how far we've been down here, and we're hoping that we can have a larger move. I think what's happening though, unlike some of these larger moves with Bitcoin, it's been much more of the dollar, inflation, the Fed, what's going on there. It's led to a whole bunch more curious times, right? Now, as far as our long-term positions here, ultimately, I think I'm doing okay. I'm still down a little bit, but I'm not upset about it. I have about 32 positions open right now. Bonk is making me some really good money now. Bonk is up 33%. And again, this is where I go to that question. Right now, Bonk is at a really good level. We bought right down here. Do I start to sell this for that small profit and wait to see what happens? Or do I wait for it to ultimately break above the 200 here on the 4-hour chart? So I think I'm going to watch this tonight and see where it goes. And maybe I just add a stop loss right down here at the low of this 4-hour chart at about 0.02526. Because I'm going to try to churn this to make as much money as possible, which is going to be very, very interesting to see how this cycle kind of works. But you are going to see some more good profits. ENS is also something we've been looking at here. This also had a pop-up recently. I'm looking at that, and I'm like, damn, that thing could definitely go down lower. So maybe I will sell that right now. ENS, where is it at? And we're breaking in about $30, 30%. So let's quick close that. Everything else is just small, upwards like 12%, something like that, 10%. And we got a bunch of stuff that's down 20%, 30% because, again, they're different holdings. But what I'm going to do here is once this stuff starts to fall back down, or maybe it starts to just slow down a little bit more, maybe I will add in another position here. But I'm basically just going to hold it until it turns positive by a good amount, and then I'll be good to go. I'm going to be doing that with a lot of stuff right now, just because everything's kind of sideways. So what am I going to do? I'm not just going to watch it go up, then watch it come back down, then watch it go back up. Instead, what I think I'm going to be aiming for here is waiting for the daily charts to really get back on track, and then I'll be more optimistic about buying some of those altcoins. Right now, though, I'm going to be doing a lot of buying with Solana, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. A few other tokens here that I won't buy or sell. And they're probably the meme tokens, which I'll probably just buy and hold for the most part. Other tokens out there, like the ENS right there, I'm okay with kind of playing the waves, but it's definitely just going to be buy a little bit, sell, buy a little bit, sell, and just kind of make money as needed here, basically. And hey, Aussie Crypto, I have been hearing more and more about that. Everybody's excited for a larger move. I think CPI, like, who was just saying it? GT was just saying, yeah, CPI might be that catalyst to see us go a little bit higher. As far as Blowfin, I bought some Bitcoin down here. It's up a little bit. These are just kind of fun little tiny plays, not nothing big about it. But Bitcoin's up 4%, and Ordi's up 5%. These are small numbers. I'm just kind of holding them for a while to see what happens. But again, kind of interesting. Also, when it comes to CoinW's portfolio, this one's actually been kind of interesting here as well. So RNDR is still down 6%. I told you guys I'm watching it, so maybe it'll do a little bit better. WIF is up 13%. Ethereum is still down 5%. Bitcoin is down 7%. Solana is up 12%. Solana coming in clutch over the last few days here. Definitely coming in a little bit more clutch. I am waiting for some larger moves, but I think right now we're definitely in a good spot here. It's basically, can Bitcoin make that move? As we kind of watch this 15-minute chart, which I'm going to pop up, I'm going to see if I have another SMA. There we go. And there it is right there, like we always had it. 15. And you're going to be looking for this orange line right here. That is the 20-day moving average. That is the current level we are trying to break out above, which is going to be, it's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult, right? But I think right now we have the potential to make it. Now, one last thing here before we start, going into some ChatGPT stuff, because I just wanted to ask you guys some deeper questions about what you think is going on in the White House here. Oil right now about to break out. If oil breaks out, that's not good for inflation. That's not good for anything right now. Let's take this off just for a second. So I am curious to see if you guys think we are going to break out and have a massive rally with oil. This typically will happen something more in the summers. But this was last summer basically, right? Last summer going up until September. Summer ends, everything comes back down. We're pretty close to September. September's over here, but we might have a rally that brings us back over here to the October highs that we saw, and then we get pulled back down. I'm kind of curious to see what you guys think about oil here. I'm hoping it doesn't, but it looks like the momentum is definitely going up here. Actually, how AAA gas prices? How are gas prices actually doing? So today gas is $3.49.1. Yesterday was $3.49.2. A week ago, $3.44. So gas prices are going up right now. They are going up week over week, which is not a good sign here. You can also see the week over week action right there. So We'll see. Dollar index, just like before, it's about to make a choice. I believe if we break down here and start coming back down, I would say that Bitcoin has a good opportunity here to actually have a breakout and start going back up towards 73, 74,000, and possibly like new highs and such. The daily chart though, we're still grinding. We definitely need to find a way to tip over. What I'm happy about is you are seeing the oscillators losing momentum. So in a couple of days, the stochastic, if we're lucky, will be bearish, the MACD will be bearish, and the RSI will be bearish. That's an opportunity where I see growth for Bitcoin coming along. That's what I really want to see here, guys. That's really what I want to see. Whether or not it'll happen, I hope it does. I really hope it does. And you're saying targets for MOG? Yeah. MOG has been doing pretty well here over the last few days. Okay, so you can see this thing is grinding along here, doing very, very well. It never broke down when a lot of other tokens broke down the last few weeks. It never really had a horrible move. So let's get rid of that here. Actually, yeah, it never even hit that support level. That's good. I guess I wanted a meme coin here. You don't have to follow the technicals as much. You see one large breakout structure here on the weekly chart. That initial buy-in mode was, I guess, way over here back in February. However, what you're looking at right now is just going to be a typical Fibonacci level. That's what I'm looking at, because this thing is so volatile that you're going to have to kind of buy on the dips and kind of ride the waves. And you might be looking for breakouts above each wave or each peak. So the short-term one right here, let's see, resistance, 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 no resistance over here, resistance there. You might be looking at back up here towards, you see that number, 0.0, what's that, how many zeros is that? 5 zeros, 22148. 5 zeros, 22148. All the way up here towards 5 zeros, 3076. 5 zeros, 3076. So I have no way of actually like making that number even sound prettier than that. What I would say for right now is it actually looks like the daily chart is kind of bearish, where it's trying to poke back down just a little bit. You might see some selling pressure here, so just be aware of that, okay? Hourly charts, definitely pretty bearish right now. It's trying to hold on to support. It usually does this because the market cap is technically lower. I wouldn't say it's low, technically lower. It's definitely easy for this thing to get bought back up through any dip. So be careful with that, because it just comes back down to any type of zone and it bounces back off right over here, back into any zone of support, and it just bounces back off. Right now it's hitting a zone of support. It may just bounce back off. But yeah, it would definitely be above those next two Fibonacci levels, this zone. You're probably going to scale out a good amount there and then probably try to re-enter on that next big dip that happens whenever it comes into contact with this higher level up here, which would be that normal sell signal for most people. And let me go over here very fast. There we go. The magic 20-day moving average that we have to deal with here. And hey, multi-stacker, happy to see my man. Oil soft now through next spring, low demand. Well, I'm hoping so, but oil looks like it's about to break out, and that's going to be the hard thing here. I just hope it doesn't break out, because that's such an inflationary move here. Your Doge was telling you to get more Doge. What do you call? I bought that dog a lot of stuff with Dogecoin money. And hey, obviously, crypto, I appreciate that. So, a couple things here. We just need oil to stay low and everything else will follow the next couple CPI reports. I think you're right. It's just, will it? I really want it to. I don't remember right now what's happening. There's a few things happening. The government has to buy up the oil again that they already sold. So they're artificially pumping up the price on accident because they're forced to, right? So there is other things happening besides just your moms and your dads going off and having a good time driving for the summer, flying around on the jets using jet fuel. There's more happening besides that. And that's where I guess the concern comes in. Plus, I think there's like a hurricane coming. I'm in Seattle. There's no hurricanes up here. Hurricane Burl. I don't know what that name is. No. We pay a price for partisan news. You are partisan, AP. What are you talking about? I hate when a news says they're not partisan. Like, they're all partisan. Whether you like Fox, which is definitely right, or CNN, which is definitely, they're all partisan. Just get used to it, and you guys will be a lot better off. But yeah, Hurricane Burial. I can't pronounce that. I'm not even gonna try. I just did, but you know what I'm talking about. Raises Southeast Caribbean as record-breaking Category 4 storm. That's not good for oil either. If that starts messing up stuff in the supply chain, you know there's going to be some issues here. And sorry, Loki's over here trying to get free pets. There you go. Here. You guys can see Loki for a very quick second. There you go. Oh, you guys maybe can't see Loki. He's over here. Yeah. But what I'm going to do here, since it is the 100K subscriber, so I got one of these for us to smoke. I was looking for a Cuban from a couple friends I wanted to try out, but when I thought about smoking with you guys, my big complaint with Cubans, I would say most often, is they tend to be a little bit more plugged. And by that I mean I have to take in, like, use more strength to not inhale, but like breathe the smoke in. So instead of that, what I'm choosing to do this time is just go with something I know is tried and true. This is a Padron. It is very, very good. I'll show you guys what it looks like here very fast. It is a Padron Maduro Presidente. I didn't spell that properly, but that's okay. What is in my pocket? That would be a pen. Ooh, a gold and silver pen. Oh, that's nice. All right. They are not crazy expensive, but they are more expensive. This one is a no, this isn't it. Oh no, that was it. Okay. See how they come in boxes like that? There you go. That's basically what it looks like. It's a single costs about $20, right? Nice, cheaper, I would say. But it's a very, very good cigar, and that's what I'm going to be smoking with you guys tonight here, as we kind of wait for Bitcoin to make some larger moves. And once this thing gets lit up, I think then I will, we'll start chilling and looking at different tokens and stuff. So just give me a second here. Get my clippers out. Funny enough, after I was done doing my speaking engagement on Saturday, a bunch of us actually went to the cigar lounge, so we were chilling in our suits and whatnot, and it was a good time. All right, let's clip that very fast. Toss that in there. Oh yeah, I mean, Padrones are probably they probably are my favorite brand when I think about it. Like if there's someone like, held a gun to my head and was like, hey, which brand of cigar do you want to smoke forever? Like if you had to choose one, it would just be Padrones, because the quality is always there. I never have issues with them, and if I have an issue with them, I just don't. I'd feel heartbroken, right? I remember just the last 2 years for July gas in Phoenix was so bad I paid $3, which is a miracle. Oh my gosh, yeah. Over here in Washington, I think I'm paying like $3.50, $3.60 right now. It's definitely not a good time for gas prices. Barrel's supposed to make a strong hit in Jamaica at approximately 185-mile-an-hour winds. Ooh, but it's supposed to stay south of Florida and hit Mexico, then possibly come across the Gulf and hit Texas or that's going to be a hard one right there. It's going to be difficult. I don't know if we're going to actually have any problems from that as far as an economic issue. I hope it doesn't. At worst, maybe there's some shipping being affected right now. But is this hurricane season? I always feel, but I don't know tornado season. I don't know hurricane season. I know rainy season. That's Washington. It's rainy season. Is it actually a tornado season or a hurricane season right now, or is it just like a kind of an out of the ordinary type of thing going on? Hopefully a big bounce to the upside is near. Don't forget to DCA out. Oh yeah, that's always something we'd like to do here. All right, so let me get this thing lit here. You guys can enjoy this. Let's see. Oh yeah. Little sizzle sizzle. See, I don't talk too much when I'm doing this. I'm too concentrated. All right. Do I not have enough fuel in this thing? Uh-oh. There you go. Might need to get a new lighter here pretty soon. Oh, oh, it's actually already done. All right, there we go. Bid season is September 10th. Oh, okay, it is hurricane season. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I did not know that at all. All right, so right now on the 15-minute chart, we actually are seeing a little bit more of a bullish activity with Bitcoin here. I know it doesn't look like a lot, but we are making a lower high, and we have the oscillators balancing back out a little bit more, so we might actually have Bitcoin trying to break out sometime in the next hour or so. Is anything actually popping off here on our screen today? I don't see much going on in the last, hour and a half, basically. That's how the trading views charts work. Bonk is up 1%. I mean, yeah, Bonk is the one making moves. If you guys want me to talk about anything in particular, just let me know. I'm going to be breaking down some cool stuff on ChatGPT in a little bit, or at least attempting to. So, but I'll save that for a few more minutes. That way you guys can ask you questions and whatnot. Pretty much the worst part. Oh, okay. So, it'll get worse right before the election is what you're talking about. And hey, Tracker, I like this guy. Does anyone have his Luxalgo? So, I mean, I use Luxalgo. I like it a lot. What I would tell you typically is this. If you like smart money concepts, you like these extra tools, I'd recommend using Luxalgos. I'd recommend using their free stuff first. And then if you like it, you get used to it, and you understand the way it works, and your mind can kind of comprehend the software, then I would pay for it once you like that step. I always, I get commissions off of it, obviously, but I'd rather you guys just test it out, the free stuff, see if you like it, see if your brain understands it, because sometimes people see software like, it could be Market Cipher, it could be Luxalgo, it could be anything, and their brain just doesn't click with it. So before you go off and pay, they have a bunch of free different ones. I have 12 videos on them too. But Smart Money Concepts is a good one to get into first of all. I think they even have an ICT Concepts one as well. So there's options out there for it. There's definitely some options out there for it. And they have exactly Bonk going off right here. 15-minute chart. It's consolidating, waiting for that next move. If you guys are looking for something to trade, that's probably going to be it. Most likely cloud seeding season. LOL. I mean, we have been begging for rain in certain parts of the country for a while, and I think we just recently got it here too. So maybe there is some stuff going on. And hey, Trev, happy to see my man. Let's see. Fact Insurance Texas. What is Curve? Is it a token? Do you want me to look at long term or short term? Let me know what you want me to talk about it. Sheep just chilling support area. That may be an opportunity to buy here. You might want to wait for the 4 hour to give you a little bit more of a good signal, but I think Sheep is probably one of the harder things to trade because it usually just goes off. And so what I'm typically doing is I just hold it, and I'm boring with Sheep. But when it goes off, it's no longer boring. Thoughts on Livum and Superverse? I mean, I don't know much about Superverse, but I like the first one a little bit more. It's more of a dollar cost averaging, slow and steady. I haven't found their day trading to be that enticing, to be honest. But I would say their swing trading is a little bit better than that, and the long term definitely has a lot of upside to me, especially when you check out some of those simple Fibonacci extensions. They really do show some good numbers there at the height of an altcoin season. So I'm waiting a little bit more there. How am I feeling about going into the AI merge? I'm kind of worried since I'm on Coinbase and the swapping fees may be a hassle. So as far as I know, the exchange is supposed to do all of that for you. So as long as you hold a spot amount of it, it's supposed to do it all. So I'm hoping that's what the case is going to be. What I've done in preparation is I've closed all of my futures trades for Ajax, Ocean, things like that, and Fetch. And I'm just going to kind of wait to see what happens with it with my spot. I don't have any more spot in my Ledger Nano. Everything has moved on to exchanges, and I'm basically just kind of sitting back and waiting. But the last time I actually looked at the article about what's supposed to happen, I believe it was about 2 to 3 weeks after the initial announcement. And, I think they were maybe still putting stuff together. So I'll have to look it up a little bit more here. Hold on. How do I do this? There you go. So I'm not used to being in a suit jacket in this chair. Feels not bad, but I have like a lumbar support, and it's a different material, so it slides much more because it's so much softer than a normal shirt here. Curve Dow token long term. What's the ticker for that one? And I'll help you out. Let me know. Let me know what Curve Dow the ticker is. No worries, Renee. Actually, let me check out one more thing here because I thought there was one more token that was going to move today. No. How's Turbo doing? Oh, Turbo. Turbo. A little bit of a tragedy here. Oh, man. And hey, Kryptonate, what do you call it? This was one of the cheaper suits they had too. But I enjoy wearing nice clothes. I don't do it too often, typically because my dog will mess it up. To be frank, and I just don't care about it all too much. As far as having him mess up my stuff. But this brand, I don't know what. Oh, Coinbase said they will not support the merge, but Fetch CEO said the name will change and Fetch will be ASI, so hopefully that's the case. The ASI is what I'm used to right here. Yeah, the ASI is what I'm used to. And hey, Fact Insurance Texas, thank you very, very much for the super chat. Very, very much. If you have any other questions, feel free to shoot. I appreciate it a lot. Excuse me. Well, then at that point, it might as well just sell the tokens, hold them in USDC or whatever currency you want, and then just buy the new token. I mean, if that makes you feel safer, because I honestly have no idea what's going to happen to the price action of those suckers when this goes down. Right? So maybe that might be the best thing to do. Let me see it here. Let me see if I can find that. Hold on a second here. Oh, thanks, Fact Insurance here. There we go. CRV, Binance, long term. Let's get rid of that orange line here very fast. All right, so how long has this been around? So this has really been opening up on Binance since about August of 2020. It had its big 2021 rally here. It's been coming down ever since. This thing is definitely in some trouble right now. Despite Bitcoin having a pretty good October, December, and whatnot, it didn't really make a move. Let me see how this worked out, because October is when Bitcoin really took off. Just so you can see for an example here. October is right here when everything started to kick off. So when October hit here, where was it? Right here, yeah. It only went up a small amount. So let me see what that amount actually was. Let's start from the bottom of October, pretty much up here. 83%. So I would say right now it's just not looking good. I probably wouldn't have high prospects for it unless altcoin season really came. So in a bearish change of character, how the weekly chart looks. So bearish, bearish, bearish. This is a pretty bad like red flashing signal of sell, sell, sell. The only thing that might give it some hope here is, despite it having all these bad technicals saying sell, 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 Bitcoin is about to go through like a buy neutral type of mode here, where the weekly charts are still kind of bearish, but the daily charts are giving up some optimism. So at this point, you're not really looking at how high this is going. You're kind of looking at how low this is going here, because this still seems to be something of a move down. What I might do instead, depending on how much money you have in here, you might be looking to scale out a portion of it and wait to see if it comes down a little bit more. Or you could basically just hold what you have, and if you wanted to double down because you believe in it a lot, you might just wait for a breakout to happen sometime in the future. And that breakout most likely is not going to happen until 2025 though, which is going to be quite a bit of time of waiting. So if there is a way to stake this and just earn more of it, that might be the best opportunity that you have right now. As I'm looking at this, my mind tries to go back to that monthly chart, and I'm thinking of pulling up a Fibonacci retracement here, because most people use it, Fibonacci is like this, where you kind of go, oh, let me actually re-add that on there for you. My bad. We have this line we were thinking about, support, 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 support. But there also is support levels below this that people don't usually talk about all too much. Let me see if I can put a few of them on here. Oh, see, I was talking too much. Which one might be better for us? Should I do it? No, it should be fine. Let's just add a few more on here. because I think they're going to be useful enough here. Unless the numbers are too small. Are they? I wonder if the numbers might be too small for some of these extras. There we go. Your next level of support seems to be really around 14 cents, which is not good at all. 14 cents seems to be that level. Afterwards, you might be heading back down to 9 cents. So those may be opportunities if you wanted to buy back into it. That could be something, but it doesn't look really good right now. It looks pretty darn terrible if I do say so. Going back over here to the daily chart. Pull this back over here to the weekly chart very fast. You could try to go for a reverse, trend-based fib extension. Where you go from the high to the low, back up to the high. You can kind of see this in a different way for you if you wanted to short. You could also see that level of support right around 22 cents. And there's another one right there around 14.5, which actually kind of balances out with the other one we saw a few seconds ago. So I might be looking at that one really as being the ultimate support where you really don't want to break down below that 14 cent level. That'd be catastrophic. But I mean, it's at 28 cents right now. So if it gets to 14 in the first place, it's already kind of catastrophic. So what I would say is, oops, hit the wall. I got to get used to this position. But yeah, it doesn't look that good right now. I'd definitely be not thinking about adding more money into this. I'd be very, very patient watching this play out. There we go. If anything, I'll DCA at $1 if it hits. Let's see right here. Just sucks. Wait, let me see right here. Yeah, but that's not until phase 2 right now. We're in phase 1, which is Ajax Ocean and getting converted into fetch. Oh, yeah. So that's going to take some time then. So yeah, it's going to take some time. Part of me just says sell and buy, but like I know there's like a whole different tax situation, fees. It's just more expensive than it otherwise might be. And you don't know how exactly it may turn out. So there's a little bit more of a, worriness going around there. So yeah, it's definitely going to be a little bit more iffy when it comes to the merge. Hoping for an Asia pump? I think you may get one. I've been noticing more pumps happening in the earlier mornings myself. So, right now you see Bitcoin having this pump right here. This was 12 a.m. pump, This was more of a recovery type thing, nothing really drastic. A pump right here. This is around 9:45 p.m. I wouldn't say it was the craziest pump, more of just a technical thing. Here was a pump that was around 9 a.m. This pump right here, 5:15 a.m. Right here, 5:55 a.m. 5:45 in the afternoon, nice little move. And I would say the 5 a.m. there, so 5 a.m. I just noticed it more around market open hours for some reason. Maybe because that's when all the the spot ETFs start getting loaded up on and whatnot. So from the previous day, they're trying to figure out, hey, should we buy or sell based off of the previous night's price action. However, yeah, I would say right now probably the morning is the best time where I find those moves making good opportunities. Can I talk about a little bit about the best trading setups? Okay. I'll give you my easy one that I tell everybody. This is for basically beginners or anybody that wants to typically just have a situation where it works. If you want the full tutorial, go over to YouTube. This down just for a second. I don't want to sound like a jackass while talking. Go over to YouTube, type in Smart Money Concepts. Actually, it's Lux Algo. Yeah. And then go right here to my little pretty face and click on this video. It'll break down everything in about 10 minutes. There's a better one that I have that's a little bit longer if you want to use the tool. It doesn't price action. This one's another Smart Money that's 33 minutes long. There's another one somewhere down here. They all kind of move around a little bit more. But anyway, that first video should give you an idea. Basically, what you're doing here is we can take off this Fibonacci for now. You have a smart money concepts indicator from Luxago. That's 100% free. Then you're going, or I use price action, but it's the same thing. And then you're going to use a MACD, a stochastic with specific settings. They're not the normal settings, they're specific settings. And then you have the RSI. Basically, on the weekly chart, when it comes to cryptocurrency, if you see the green change of character, that will turn the candles green. For this instance, let me just turn the candles colors on. You can see how it turns green. That's not green enough for me, so let me just do this very fast for you. There you go. That's a lot more green, right? That's much more noticeable. And actually, let me do this right here for you. Now, you guys can hear me, but you guys can't see my face. Let me just do this as well. There we go. So it's going to look a little bit off because I didn't really have this set up for the multi-streaming thing. But basically, the way I do it is when you see that on the weekly charts for Bitcoin and you see the MACD being green, the stochastic being green, and the RSI is being green, you could normally consider this a great opportunity to buy for the long term in Bitcoin, right? Buy for the long term, buy for the long term. It usually works out pretty darn well. Vice versa with the red, bearish signal, bearish, plus bearish change of character. Plus you had that all these, patterns and stuff, other patterns and stuff working their way out. Now, however, within these moves, you're going to see there's periods of time where you're within a break of structure, like here, where you notice that the MACD is good, this is good, this is good, and where stuff starts to teeter off a little bit with the stochastic. The stochastic is usually going to be that first signal of things slowing down a little bit more. So within that time frame here, let me actually just add this to there so you can see the two lines. Let's go to that. Within that, on the weekly charts, you're going to be doing a lot of day trading, only longs during this period of time. So anytime you guys see a green setup, on a daily chart or a 4-hour chart, that's going to be your signal to buy. And this circumstance within this, you can see if you trade that break of structure, that worked out pretty well. This break of structure worked out pretty well. You're going to be buying and selling because you know that it's going to continue to go higher and higher and higher. Some people, they may wait for a new green buy signal from everything, like right here. Buy, you can see how within a few days it made you a good amount of money. On the 4-hour chart, just like the other one, right? You're going to be waiting for things to turn green, and you're going to be waiting for the daily chart to be green as well all through here. So you notice how this was a bad signal, or this was a bad signal? Well, during that time on the daily chart, you see how it was all red through here on the MACD. The stochastic wasn't too good. The RSI wasn't too good. So you pause pretty much. So it pretty much mitigates a lot of your losses, and it makes sure that when you do trade here, once everything got green way back over here, you're much more likely to make that money, whether you guys are buying here or here, whatever. However, I will note that if you do these trades, like let's say you made this trade and this trade, you lost money here because, you technically didn't because it didn't hit your stop loss, but let's say you did, then you lost money on this one, right? The money you made on this one, the money you made on that one, and the money you made on that one, plus that one, even if you lost on this one, which, you might have, it depends, you wouldn't really be buying at that level of resistance. Basically, all of that money you're making offsets any of those small losses because the money you're making on these swings is going to be so great. The downside of my strategy basically is this, that when you're doing these trades, throughout these times when nothing is happening, see how kind of boring right now, bearish, not much, you're not really doing too much trading. And so some people really enjoy trading. They really just want to trade and trade and trade and trade and trade. What I do, if Bitcoin's not really vibing with me, I move over to the stock market. Not everybody has the ability to do that because the pattern day trading rules and the $25,000 minimum to trade and stuff like that, it becomes a little more difficult. But as of right now, what I see when I'm looking at Bitcoin and what's going on is the weekly chart is still green, but you see how this MACD, stochastic, and RSI, they're all kind of in a more bearish tense, which is why when we look at what's going on with the daily chart, you're typically not doing too much because the best success rate I found is when everything is aligned, you only want to trade them. But if you still want to trade, even when everything is not aligned, like the weekly chart's not aligned, you're going to be looking for the daily chart for setup. So green, buy signal here, change the character, green candle, you'll buy, but you're not hoping for that massive rally. Why? First of all, the weekly chart isn't telling you there's going to be one. And then secondly, you see this huge level of resistance up here, let alone all-time highs. It's not going to do the best. And then again, if you wanted to pop over to something more like a stock market here, so I'm kind of talking a little bit longer on this one. This is Google. Change of character there. Green, green, green. It's a long-term buy. Don't think about this in terms of short-term trading, though. This whole time is great for day trading on the upside here. You typically want to avoid anything around earnings time or anything around CPI and economic data. Besides that, you pretty much have an all clear to trade as much as you want to. You can even see right here, green right there, buy, buy, buy. You had a good amount of trading right there. And it's kind of difficult because it's more of like all-time high territory, so it's a little bit kind of more bumpy. But again, you buy, you hold, you do pretty well. Again, earnings is coming along, so you might have only traded for that type of move or maybe just over here, but you're still making money. This one, break of structure, making money, still making money if you bought. Right here, a little more iffy just yet, but should keep on going back up. Buy, good. Nothing happening there. Good. Let's say you take a loss on this one, even though the weekly chart was probably telling you something kind of funky. Actually, let me just figure out what the weekly chart was telling you here. Yeah, you don't want to buy right here based off the oscillators. So there's a bunch of nuance of it. There's a lot of nuance of it. But it typically will work pretty darn well as long as the oscillators match. Like here, break of structure, bullish signal, bullish signal, bullish signal. You're good to go, right? But you may only be holding for a month to 2 months. It's a different strategy out there. All right, let's go back over here. Let's pull out Bitcoin. Oh, actually, different one. There we go. Leave that. There we are. There we are. Okay. But yeah, that's basically how I trade. Again, the downside to it is you don't get to trade as much as other people. Now, I can trade when I want to. But, you know, why would I trade when I know I might have a 75 to 85% success rate when I can trade when I know I'm going to have like a 90 to 95% success rate? But that's my strategy. I came up with it this year, I believe. Maybe last year is when I probably started like testing it quite a bit. But when I fully started deploying more capital, it was more this year. Wow. Yeah, I did talk a minute, didn't I? Huh. I wonder if I'm overheating this thing, because it's kind of funking me out. I know there's not a lot of fuel in it, but it should still sit at home. There we go. All right, sorry about that, guys. But yeah, that's kind of how I trade. In a nutshell here, in a nutshell. I'd hate to sell for USDC and lose. It'll definitely be something more of a pain here. Let's look into getting more and learn the correct way to go about the merge. Yeah, I'd research a little bit more. I'm sure there's some YouTube covering it. I'll try to do it a little bit more here, but last time they were only talking about phase 2, not even this first phase I'm learning about right now. Yeah, London can do work. Oh, let's see. Can Wall Street manipulate Bitcoin? I mean, in theory, yes, but I mean, the way they manipulate it is by buying up the spot ETF, because then the ETFs, you know, they have to actually have the custody of the Bitcoins if they go out and buy it. Bonk going bonkers. Is it still going up? Oh, it is. Yeah, we can watch Bonk for a few seconds here. It seems to be making a move. I know we just talked about why you would want to buy it for that breakout, and there's the breakout. Now, how long do you want to hold on to? That's a little bit different. And no worries, Jay. What I probably said might have been a little bit more rambly, but there's a sequence to everything. I wish I forgot exactly what the video was called. I'll look for it later on, and I'm going to make another one here pretty soon, and kind of share it with you guys again. But I haven't found a strategy that's better than that one just yet, and so I keep on using it. What kind of sucks I found, I would say, it's more fine-tuned for swing traders, which is what I am. I day trade a little bit, but the day trades happen when the swing trades are also happening. So I'll have a long-term trade going, I'll have a swing trade going, and I'll be doing day trades all at the same time because everything is pointing towards up, right? But yeah, that's the kind of the way I like to trade. And a poker, what do you call it? I think the fees are getting more expensive because they're getting ready to deal with regulation. I know we've talked about Biden vetoing a couple of the one of the bills coming out of the House and Senate together. You know, the bipartisan stuff. But I think they're going to have to try to pass some muster in order to stay inside the United States, and I think that's what they're going for it now. Or they're worried that they might not be here in a few months. It depends. Photon. Oh yeah. Yep. Definitely makes a difference. All right. Let's see. Hey Carter. No, you're not laggy. What do you call it? Basically, people are always messaging and talking, and so basically, I just like when I talk, you guys are still chatting, so I have to like explain myself and then keep on going on and on. And usually, members have priority of what gets asked, just because they're they pay the what is it, like $1.99, make it a little bit easier for them. Now, one thing here. This is what I want to do with ChatGPT very fast. Let me where's my ChatGPT? I don't have it open. Okay, hold on a second here, guys. Pull this over. So there's a YouTube streaming question, then there's a Biden inner circle question. There we go. Okay, so basically, I was at. If you guys saw Biden's debate over the last few days, Trump and Biden's debate, Biden not really there, right? Having some cognitive issues for sure. I wouldn't say every day is like that for him, but you can definitely see there are definitely some parts of the day where he's just not all there. And that made me start thinking, we've talked about this a lot. Well, Biden doesn't really know much about cryptocurrency. He doesn't, too old. It's okay. Trump doesn't know much either. Trump just says he likes it because he wants the votes. Biden doesn't like it, but he just doesn't like it because he doesn't know anything about it. All right. Hey, what are you doing over here, little buddy? You just want some free head pits? Looking at me all like you want a little bit of a treato? Here, we're going to do a Loki treat break for 10 seconds. Yeah, you see how he hides away? Yum, 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 yum. All right, let's go back over here. He's a little bit more calmed down. He's just wagging his tail for your little belly rubs now. All right, so what I did for ChatGPT, and I wish there was a way for me to scale this, but what I accidentally did is basically this is, I believe this is dashboard. If I wanted to go over here to the picture, let me see if this works. How does that work here? Let me actually go over here to transform. Let's go to fit to screen. See, all this stuff, it normally is set up, but because of how I had to change this for the multi-stream here, it made everything a little bit more funky. You can see the magic happening right now. So let's move this over here. All right. Move this over a little bit more there. There you go. All right, now I can zoom in just a little bit more. So basically, I was driving today and I heard in the news that Biden has this inner circle of people who are advising him, and they're actually stopping a lot of the other White House staff from even talking to him, which was like, whoa, okay, that's kind of crazy if you think about it. So I thought to ask ChatGPT, the news reported Biden has an inner circle of 6 people at the White House. Can you figure out who they might be based on the current news article? So I had to scan a few articles online, and it gave me a few things. It says it searched 3 different sites. Those sites are the independent.uk, IBT Times, and then the bing.com, right? So let me get my cigar back in my hand. Based on recent news articles, President Joe Biden's inner circle at the White House includes several key individuals who play significant roles in his administration. These individuals are closely involved in advising and supporting the president on various matters. Here are the primary members. first is Ron Klain. You guys have probably heard his name if you guys watch CNN, MSNBC, or Fox News. He's the White House Chief of Staff. Klain has been a longtime advisor to Biden, previously serving as his Chief of Staff when he was Vice President. A long-time partnership there. Mike Donilon, Senior Advisor. Donilon is a Chief Strategist and one of Biden's most trusted advisors, having worked for him for many years. Steve Ricchetti, I think that's his name, Counsel to the President. Ricchetti has a long history with Biden, having served as his Chief of Staff during his vice presidency. Anita Dunn, Senior Advisor. Dunn is a communications expert and strategist who has been a crucial part of Biden's team. Bruce Reed, Deputy Chief of Staff. Reed has been involved in policy advising and has a long-standing relationship with Biden. And then Jake Sullivan, National Security Advisor. Sullivan has been a key figure in shaping Biden's foreign and domestic policy. So what I wanted to ask this now is basically, which of these people have worked in finance or have connections to crypto, not crypto, to the treasury. Let me fix up that word right there. I'm going to try to narrow down who's the anti-crypto person in the place. So among President Joe Biden's inner circle, Bruce Reed has notable connections to finance and economic policy. He has a background in policy advising with connections to the economic policy through his work with the Clinton administration. Reed was involved in budget and economic policy, including his time as executive director of the Bowles-Simpson Commission on Fiscal Responsibility and Reform, which dealt extensively with the financial and budgetary issues. None of the other key members mentioned, Ron Klain, Mark Donilon, Steve, or have direct backgrounds in finance or specific connections to the Treasury Department. Their expertise lies more in political strategy, law, and national security. Okay. So put this cigar down. Does Reed like crypto? So this is going to be something. So Bruce Reed has expressed. I'm blah, blah here right now. Sorry. Bruce Reed has expressed skepticism towards cryptocurrencies. He has been associated with critical views on digital assets, particularly regarding their environmental impact and potential risks they pose. For example, he has supported regulatory measures that can mitigate the negative effects of proof-of-work cryptocurrencies, which are known for their high energy consumption. Reed's stance aligns with the broader concerns about the financial stability and consumer protection issues related to cryptocurrencies. So given his policy background involvement in regulatory discussions, Reed's cautious approach to crypto suggests he does not favor the widespread unregulated use of digital assets. His focus appears to be on ensuring that any financial innovations, including cryptocurrencies, are developed responsibly and appropriate safeguards. I think he's more just anti-crypto, but let me go over here very fast. So who does he work with and trying to get crypto stopped? Stopped. Gary Gensler, Janet Yellen, Rohit Chopra, I don't know who that is, and Jerome Powell. Any examples? Because I'm pretty sure this guy must be the guy that really pushes it in Joe Biden's ear that cryptocurrency is bad right now. There needs to be more regulation, more this, more that, but we need to stop it. You see right here. And hey, I'm happy to see you very, very much. Thank you very much for the comment. I appreciate that, my man. 100K is huge. I'm so excited for it. Well, I don't seem like it, but I am. I'm just tired. Bruce Reed works with various key figures, yada, yada, yada. Any examples? Let's see. No. Okay, give me the same thing. Any examples you can share where he stopped crypto or he had influence on Biden over his crypto policy? That could be something right there. So, okay, so executive order on digital assets in March 2022. So executive order directing federal agencies to coordinate a policy for digital assets. All right. Regulatory discussions and legislative efforts. So yeah, so it looks like he's the guy that has been pushing Gary Gensler and Janet Yellen to be much more anti-crypto. So this must be. We're going to learn about him, I think, more over the next few weeks. We'll just kind of like talk about him more and kind of see what's going on. Nothing crazy or anything like that, but hold on a second here. Bruce Reed. I like how they call him a political operative. All right, there we go. Born in 1960 as an American political advisor. Let's see. Oh, he was a speechwriter for Al Gore. That's interesting. Okay. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So he was part of the national, balancing the national budget during the Great Recession. I see. I see. In 2020, he worked as a technology policy advisor. So this is the guy that's in charge of Biden's crypto policy, basically. There's not really much on him, though. That's interesting. So we're going to have to start looking for more articles on him. Just type in crypto and stuff, and I'm sure there's going to be somebody. I'm sure I'm not the first person to do this. I'm no journalist, but let's get rid of all these extra stuff here. Then let's get rid of, there we go, back to the normal stuff. There we are. Summoner of Techlash, huh? There's not much recently here, though. So this is from the New York Post, more of a Republican-led place, but White House officials met with Sam Bankman-Fried 4 times this year, report. So took meetings with senior White House advisor Steve Ricchetti at least on 3 occasions. Oh, so not even him. It was Ricchetti. Counselor. Ah. Wait. So why isn't he? So I guess these 2 at the meeting. Okay. Huh. Interesting. See, this is why I have to have that little thing opened up right there. Window capture. Yeah, we'll do that for now. Interesting. Okay. Well, at least we know that. Let's see. 2 meetings. Let's see. Okay, that's interesting. All right, I'm going to try to learn more about that. But yeah, Bonk seems to be the only thing really moving right now. Bitcoin's trying to make a rally here. I told us about that day trading opportunity if you want to take it, but it's already kind of leaving the station here. So might see Bonk making some larger moves. This is a 5-minute chart, by the way. NA Poker, Market Cipher. I need to learn how to use Market Cipher. I have access to it. I talked with the owner. He's a chill guy. And I need to get access to that. Oh, I don't have access. I need to learn how to use it. I got sidetracked with some Bitcoin convention stuff going on. So if you got into Bitcoin at 62,830. Well, that's way up here. Okay. Short term, you're looking at 64,365. That's that next order block here. We're going to be looking at much more resistance. To be honest, though, when I see this on the 4-hour chart and the daily chart and stuff, you're basically trying to hold this for maybe more than 12 hours, though, and you're waiting for much more of an explosive move that really takes you up towards 65,000. Short term, if you're looking for a short term move, it's definitely going to be around 64,500, 64,400 or so. If you're trying to go to that next step, a little bit higher, above 65, there's two ways you could go about this. You could try to say, hey, I want to wait for it to get all the way up here to 66,444. You can. That may take a few days, but it's possible. But back on that 4-hour chart here, you see that 200 moving average? I'd aim for that. So that might be somewhere between 65,500 and 66,000. That's where I'd be looking for that level of resistance to really sell off the majority of my position, unless you're looking for something longer term. Because it'll go up, then it'll come back down a little bit more, make another higher low. Then that's where it should try to blast back off into like 70,000 bucks. That last blast off point, though, is going to be very, very difficult for it to do, because we're going to be having a lot of news over the next few days. We're also having some holiday stuff with the 4th of July, so a little bit more risky. But that first level of resistance is right around 64,400. I would have the next one kind of around where the 200 moving average is on the 4-hour chart, which probably means around 65,500 by the time it happens. Unless we kind of just break out today, which, then it's probably closer to $66,000. There we go. Oh, hey, Gamer, I forgot you asked about Zora. Yeah. So for those of you guys who know, I've been looking at Zora for a hot minute here. I bought some up a few days ago. Maybe a couple weeks ago. Somebody mentioned it a while ago. No, it wasn't weeks ago. I think it's relatively new. It's probably like last week. Last 7 days? Yeah. Yeah, last 7 days, 1 month. Yeah, it's all the same. So I just bought some down here. So far, it's working out pretty well. I was buying around, like $3, $3.40. So it's up $3.88. Smaller market cap of around $420 million. Let's pull this up here very fast just so you can see it. I don't know if it's on my watch list just yet, but I'll have to add it on there. So it's not really on long enough for us to look at oscillators and whatnot. The 4-hour chart barely, right? Not really having too much, but you can see still see it has some bullish momentum right now. The bearishness, it's still been able to kind of bounce back off of that, mostly with the oscillators. Like the momentum is still too strong for that. So right now you're probably looking for it to continue going to all-time highs. I know there's this wick, but I never trust those first day wicks because they kind of freak out the sensors on the exchange a little bit. So I would expect us to be looking to break out above all-time highs here pretty soon and making a run probably up towards 450 or so. As I look at the 2-hour chart and even the 1-hour chart, you can see how we're starting to stabilize a little bit more recently. We're not having those constant little moves. But if you guys can buy in a dip, it seems to be working out okay. Usually, I guess what I would say for tokens like this, which are a little bit more new and you don't have all the data, like you don't have the weekly chart to look at, the daily chart, all everything to kind of pan out together, I would stick to primarily day trading or very, very short-term swings where you're probably looking to use the 1-hour chart. So you see the 1-hour change of character, you're in it for a few hours, it works out. Break of structure works out pretty well. Break of structure here worked out pretty well. It's not always going to be straight up, but at least those are good opportunities. And how was it actually this break of structure? Yeah, it was still bullish right here, so that was still fine. Change of character right here worked out. This one was still bearish in the 4 hours, so you're probably not going to buy this one or this one. You're probably just going to wait for that one, or even just wait for that one, actually. Larger change of character right there, popped off. And then, of course, that change of character looks like it did a little bit of job, but this is back when it was a little more bearish. So it's definitely looking pretty good. I might wait for the next opportunity off of the change of character on the 1-hour chart before buying back in, but things are looking pretty smooth with it right now. There we are. What, XRP run is not far away? Oh, I don't know. XRP, I don't know. I don't have high expectations for XRP. I have good long-term expectations for XRP. I never have short-term expectations for XRP. Whenever we have that breakout, like we talked about, when it goes like that long downward trend after a whole bunch of failed breakouts, by the way, if we just have that, I think we can start going back up again. But I don't know if it's even going to break all-time highs this cycle unless this lawsuit just gets finished up. There are a lot of people saying this cycle is going to last well into 2025 and it's going to be kind of like this weird staggering type of thing for a while, which could definitely happen. If that's the case, and you have somebody like Donald Trump in the White House, you may see a much different move coming from the SEC and Gary Gensler. He may be forced to do stuff he doesn't necessarily want to do. A few other things here that I think you guys might want to be aware of is right now Gary Gensler is doing a lot of this stuff for Joe Biden because how do I say this? He wants to be the Treasury Secretary if Biden wins again. You're going to see Janet Yellen, who is ancient, done a decent job, just ancient. You're going to see her retire, go do her $1 million plus, gigs working for the Wall Street and stuff like that. And you're going to see Gary Gensler go to that position. However, if Donald Trump wins the presidency, Gary Gensler will not be there. He will be kicked out completely once his term is complete, which will take, I think, a year or 2 years afterwards. So it's not like right afterwards. So he's going to have to put all of his influence into making sure Gary Gensler does what he wants, which is going to be a little bit interesting. But right now, I don't see Gary getting rid of any of these lawsuits against all these companies. In fact, I think he's speeding up the lawsuits because he might not have much time left. I think they announced new polls the other day after the Biden debate, and there's like 70% of the people that think Biden doesn't have the cognitive ability to lead the country, which is, that's not a good number. I was at an expo this weekend talking to people, doing a little bit of speaking engagement. I tell you what, they were not too impressed with Joe Biden. I would say a lot of people there are actually Biden supporters, but I think they might move over to JFK, or they may just not vote for Biden at all. And I think that's going to be causing some more chaos down the road here. So just, again, keep all of that in mind here. I'm hoping there's some bigger moves, but just, we need to have somebody other than Biden in the White House, because Biden isn't, in my opinion, he doesn't really have a good cryptocurrency policy, And right now, the House and the Senate are divided. You got Democrats in charge of the Senate, Republicans in charge of the House. And when they've been able to put bipartisan bills together and say, hey, I don't like you because you're a Democrat, but I respect you enough to get some legislation done. Let's do something about it. They do that. They send it up to the Senate. The Senate says, let's do the same thing. And it hit Joe Biden's desk. He vetoed it, which is like, damn. So, I'm hoping there's some better stuff coming our way. I hope there's some good stuff coming our way. But instead, we don't know. And hey, Wilder, happy to see you, my man. Hope you're doing well. You had a question for me earlier. Remind me what it was. I think we actually talked about it a little bit before with other people, but yeah, let me know what you want to talk about here. Let's check this out here. There we are. This over here. I'm not used to wearing glasses with my stream. Everything's so glary. There we are. Let me see. Is anything popping off besides Bonk today? That's the real question here. Nope, Bonk is still going higher. OM is still okay. AKT is still okay. It really is Bonk leading the way today, so you guys might be looking at more opportunities there. But see, at a certain point, when do I sell my Bonk then on this? Bonk, 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 bonk. Or did I accidentally sell my Bonk? Oh, no, I didn't. There it is. Yeah, my Bonk is like 40% up right now. And it's hitting that level of resistance we talked about. Do I sell? Do I keep on holding? What do I do here? It's up 38.74%. Yeah, 38% basically. I guess let's just give it some time. Let's see what happens with it. If it starts to really fluctuate, I can sell it for 20% gain or something like that. But I'm definitely in a little bit more of a waiting time. Now, what other tokens are not doing so hot? So Shiba Inu isn't doing so hot. It's down about 45% since I bought it. This is a leverage play, so it is definitely a little bit longer. Let's go to the weekly chart here. About to head for some support. I might add a little bit more into this position here. Maybe just another $50, something small. There we go. Now, what else am I down quite a bit at, though? Combo. Let's see. Oh, I probably bought when I was going sideways here. Still coming down a little bit. Yeah, I'll add another $20. I'm not adding a lot to this one. I don't know much about Combo, to be honest. I've only done minimal research. Hopefully they have some more news coming out. Now, anything else? Oh, IOST. What happened here? No, I bought this when it was crashing down, though, wasn't I? Yeah, this one was definitely a different time here. I won't buy any more of this. I'll just wait and see, because if it breaks down below this, I'll probably sell for my loss and just keep on working my money. This is right now I only have a small position, and I want to keep it that way for something like this, which hasn't been doing so hot. During altcoin season, if it starts rallying back up, I'll buy. I don't care if I'm missing the bottom, but this thing has not performed as well as I would hope, right? There we are. And again, but you took some profits. Yeah, it definitely did make some move. And hey, Tendy, what about INJ? Do you want to talk about the new Fetch AI token? Let me see if I can find this out. What the heck? Oh, okay. I just want to go to news. Here we go. The daily hold. Let me zoom in on this so you guys can just see what's going on. So the daily hold, Fetch AI CEO says AI token merger going ahead despite Coinbase snub, tells Fetch AI holders to do nothing. So the CEO of artificial intelligence AI-focused Fetch AI says his planned token merger will still take place despite not being supported by Coinbase. In a new thread on the social media platform X, Fetch AI chief executive, I can't pronounce it, Humayan, says, let's open it up so we can kind of see it in a few seconds, that the planned AI token merger between Fetch, Ocean Protocol, and Singularity Net is still slated to happen. So let's just read the tweet here. Fetch is ASI, Ocean and Ajax are merging into Fetch. SCXs don't need to delist or relist Fetch. It is there already. If you hold Fetch, do nothing. We are working hard to resolve any issues. Please bear with us. Timeline has not changed. Coinbase has only announced that the swap will be via custodial wallets. All exchanges have their own reasons and methods, but merger is going ahead, and we are seeing huge support from all the Fetch AI and ASI alliance. All right, so let's open that up. Maybe they have more news as well. So he says do nothing. Is doing nothing the best course? The official ASI Alliance account briefly reverted to its original Singularity Net handle due to an automated security response from X in response to a failed attack. We would like to thank X for the swift response in assisting us resolve the issue. Damn, they got hacked that fast? Whew, that you know. We want to assure the community that despite this temporary disruption, that's why nothing's happening with them today. No information or funds have been compromised. Everything is secure, and operations are back to normal. Your trust and security are paramount to us. When is ASI ETF? That's going to be a good one. That's going to be a very, very good one here. Everybody wants to get into AI, and I bet there's going to be one, not a bunch of them, just one random hedge fund that comes out and says, hey, we want to start this ETF. We want to get this one going here for AI. And if they have that, I would love to see something like that come to fruition. Let's see. Oh, is that it? Oh, that is the post. That is the only post here. Okay. I guess they deleted everything else. Now, let me see what some of the responses have been here, because I saw one that wasn't so good. Glad it's fixed, but I feel the road to the merger hasn't been smooth so far. I know it's not child's play to merge three of the biggest AI companies, but I feel the community had higher expectations than what has turned out so far. Ooh, yeah, that was articulated well. Safety first, well done, teams. Keep up the good work. We're with you. Price tanking and tanking. Yeah, again, this is, why would you hold it if you know it's going to be merged? Most people just sell it and then buy the new token. That's what usually happens. And you have to pair that with the value of your token is coming down right now. That new AI token is still going to be at that flat level whenever it opens up. Are you going to be able to own less of that token, right? Because of what happened. So it'll be curious to see how this all works out. It'll be curious. But I'm starting to think I should just sell, take the loss. Yeah. Well, some would be a loss. Because I sold off the swing trades a while ago. The long-term investments are probably breaking even or down right now. If they're losing money, I might as well sell, use that for taxes, and buy something new. Let me just take a peek at how Fetch has been doing. Here's Ajax weekly chart. This is profitable, heading for a big level of support, which you could flush. Fetch. Yeah. Ocean Protocol. Yeah. So I'm down on Ocean right now. Yeah, maybe it's just better to sell. I mean, I'm looking at the oscillators here. I mean, everything is screaming bearish momentum is happening here, right? I'll let you guys know tomorrow, but I think I'm just leaning towards selling it all and just waiting. I've already closed my futures trades, but that was for a different reason. It's once, a little more of a technical reason, but small amount of taxes on Ajax because I'm still up quite a bit on this one. Fetch AI still doing good from when I bought it. Fetch AI was, it's been around for a lot longer, but yeah, I'm probably gonna sell. Just buy the tokens from scratch. My concern is that the first day of the new token is gonna spike or something like that. But I want to see what that market cap is going to be, I guess, first to kind of figure out more about it. That was the whole story? That was the whole story, yeah. So, again, it seems like there's some rockiness going on right now. A little bit more things happening. But everything is still going somewhat on schedule. Everything is still going to be happening there. What if you hold it in your MetaMask? I don't know if MetaMask is going to be doing that. From what I understand, it's going to be mostly exchanges. So think of your Blowfins, your Coinbases, your Binances, your KuCoins, and stuff like that. Maybe not so much of the wallets out there. So you might have to move it to an exchange for that type of thing to happen. As far as I've seen right now. Let me here. There we go. This is 7 days ago. Navigating the ASI token merger, a comprehensive guide. We'll do that. So phase 1 starts on the 1st of July. 1st of July, everybody. Project name and logos updated. Deposit and withdrawals for Ajax and Ocean will close in preparation for mitigation. Fetch deposits, withdrawals, and trading will continue as usual. Mitigation platform for Ajax and Ocean to fetch opens up on the Singularity DAO D app. Ajax and Ocean will begin to delist from exchanges. That's today. Spot and perpetual trading will continue under the Fetch ticker. So, Ocean and Ajax, let's see. Yeah, probably not going to work out with MetaMask, but let me see what they say, okay? Phase 2, this happens in mid-July, okay? So starts the 1st of July, so that means it's going to be happening for the next 2 weeks, I guess. Continues for mid-July, so last 2 weeks of July, this is when phase 2 really kicks off. Network upgrades. Fetch AI's network will upgrade to the ASI network. ASI deployment. The ASI token will be deployed across chains. Conversions open for self-custody assets. So maybe right there is where you guys might have something from MetaMask right there. New migration contracts introduced for conversion from Fetch AI, Ajax, and Ocean to ASI. EVM and other bridges will open for ASI token transfers. Exchange migration. Exchanges will begin migrating spot markets from Fetch to ASI. So let me see if I can find this here. So, okay, here. I know you guys can't read all this, so I apologize. If your funds are on centralized exchanges like Binance, no action is required. Scam warning. At no point will individuals be required to disclose private information, including seed phrases. Be aware of potential scams during this transaction period. Malicious actors may attempt impersonation, spoofing, and social engineering tactics. Oh, I love that word, social engineering. It's a great skill. Don't fall for them, though. Trust only official sources of information as outlined here. I would actually just focus on what the websites are saying, honestly. Stay with the websites. So, Conversion rates. So the conversion rates are as follows. Ajax tokens will migrate to fetch at a conversion rate of 1 Ajax to 0.043350 ASI. Ocean tokens will migrate to fetch at a conversion rate of 1 Ocean to 0.0433 ASI. We have received inquiries about numerous exchanges expressing their support for the upcoming token merger. While we appreciate this overwhelming interest, it's important to mention that we cannot guarantee participation from an absolutely every exchange. Okay. Oh, here we go. The new ASI token merger will be compatible with all major software wallets, MetaMask, Trust Wallet, and hardware wallets, Ledger, Trezor, familiar to respective communities. For a manual conversion on-chain self-custody. Oh, for manual conversion, okay. During phase 1, the assets will be consolidated across the Ethereum network with future plans to significantly increase interoperability with other ecosystems such as BNB Chain and Cardano active in phase 2. Connecting your existing wallet to the official conversion portal hosted on the Singularity DAO app, follow the on-screen instructions to convert your tokens. Example images have been attached to illustrate the process. The first picture depicts the contract approval process. Right, so you can kind of see that working out. I'll scale down slowly. The second picture below demonstrates the migration confirmation here going on. All right, and this is on MetaMask or add to wallet MetaMask. The final step would be to confirm the transaction through the wallet. Holders working with Ajax, Ocean, or Fetch for the first time might have to add the token contract to the wallet to ensure balances are properly displayed. The Singularity DAO conversion portal makes this easy by incorporating the add to wallet feature as part of the migration interface. So you might have to use the Singularity DAO conversion if you're doing it with MetaMask there. The conversion window will be remain open for years. Oh, with respect to native fetch holders, it's important to note that staked tokens will be automatically migrated during phase 2. Staking rewards will continue uninterrupted. Okay. So that's about all the news I see there as far as MetaMask. Not as much as I would like, but this is coming from literally the place you're supposed to find it, right? Let's see. Yeah, all Ethereum compatible wallets such as MetaMask and the Trust Wallet will be able to store ERC20 funds on it, such as Ocean, Ajax, and Fetch. The ASI team is diligently working to. Yeah, okay. All right, let's see. Yeah, so that's about as much of the information I can give you, at least at this time. That was put out, I believe, about 5 or 7 days ago. So they haven't had a new update since then. I would expect them to have something new coming up because now phase 1 has officially started. And in fact, if I go back over to that website here, this was put on 6/5. Let's go back over here to the blog. No, this was the last article that they posted. So if you want to go check it out, go to fetchai.ai/blog or fetch.ai/blog, and you'll find out more about if you want to look at a little more detail, because I know I kind of smooth past a little bit more. So Waldo, damn, no, you don't have to. I am not totally familiar on MetaMask and all that type of stuff, so I will just be selling it and converting it. I don't see that as a huge problem for me. But it's going to take some time, so I'm going to have to wait with some USDC in my pocket. I'm going to have to wait for it to show up on an exchange, and then once it's on the exchange, then I'm going to have to rebuy it and buy it. That may end up hurting me, but I don't want to deal with the swapping and all that type of stuff. It's just not something that I am particularly great at, so I just typically just kind of like, okay, it's going to be a problem. I understand it. I'll deal with it, but I'm just going to deal with it in a way that makes me feel more comfortable, even if it does cost a little more. And I would say right now, there is a way to do it on MetaMask without doing a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know if there's a lot of fees or stuff in here. I don't understand that completely for this type of switch. they had an example. Conversion rate. I don't see anything with fees and whatnot, so I think you should be fine. But yeah, it's just not something I'm comfortable talking about because I don't want to tell you guys anything about the wallet situation as far as how to do it, because I don't know how to do it just yet. I can try to learn though. Yeah, I'll let you guys know if I don't know something. I'm not gonna try to bullshit you, but it's just I don't know. I don't know exactly how to do it. But I hate whenever the market consolidates. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Do I know any indicator that can help avoid consolidation periods? If you're talking about indicators, like when Bitcoin's consolidating, the rest of the market's either moving up or it's moving down, right? Bitcoin doing its own little thing that gives an opportunity for everything else to kind of balance out. I would say I like to trade altcoins when Bitcoin's in the right spot. So what I would probably suggest, if when things are kind of boring, instead of looking for that random altcoin, I would encourage you to look at the stock market. Now, I know the stock market isn't known as being as sexy or hip as new as crypto, but I do think it's a very good place to start. You're not going to primarily be day trading, going to be swing trading, but those swing trades are going to give you decent returns with a high accuracy rate using my strategy typically. So that's going to be something that I'd probably recommend. When there's not a good trade, you're probably not going to be doing all too much to it. You can go off of smaller trades if you want to, but typically those are like, if you see everything on the daily chart telling you to buy, but the weekly chart is kind of more neutral or more bearish, you might be looking to hold a long term, like a long trade for maybe up to 4 to 8 hours, but not much longer than that. So all of your trades are just going to be a little bit shorter. So if you want to go do that, you can, but I'd primarily stick with Ethereum and Bitcoin and Solana. Solana having the most volatility out of those until maybe the Ethereum spot ETF comes online and really boosts Ethereum quite well. Go to the 1 second time frame. What do you call the 1 second time frame right now? I don't even think anything is happening there. Yeah, there's not too much excitement here. I pay good money for it, but there's times like right now where it's just, we're not seeing too much volatility. We're just kind of going down a little bit, kind of boring, having a good time. But yeah, not too much happening here, I would say. NAD's happy to see me, man. I guess we're going to see Bitcoin fall in the long term. Maybe I'm wrong, but we should have a good place to buy down there. What makes you think we're going down? They keep talking about ERC20, but I bought mine with BNB. But thanks, Mike. See, that's already something right there. I'm not entirely sure. But if it's on MetaMask, you should be able to swap it. I'm sure you should be able to do the thing. I would look for a tutorial. The one thing I would say is that when you do the tutorial, I would try to see if Fetch puts out one, because I'm afraid if you watch a random YouTube video, you go to a random website, they're going to have some type of, let's see if I can find this right here. They're going to have some type of token address here to swap, and it may just be a fake one where you're swapping your real Fetch AI or your real Ajax for fake Fetch. And then they're just going to use it as a liquidity draw to sell off those. So really, like, I know it's going to suck because they're not really being as, like, the data is not flowing in as like easily as you might want it to be. Like when I saw this, you know how I have ADHD, a comprehensive guide. This is not no fucking comprehensive guide. This is like a teeny guide of, like, there needs to be much more information basically. So I might just wait for them to tell you more, and I might literally just go over to the Twitter and ask them questions and keep on bugging them until you get a response. Even if somebody responds to you underneath, you know, make sure that you don't just follow everything they say if some random person on Twitter tells you, okay? So please, like, you know, all of you guys, be safe with this type of stuff because it just causes so much more stress if you guys aren't familiar with it. Hence me doing the really more expensive way of just selling and rebuying, because I don't want to make a mistake with this. I hold a lot of AI tokens if you didn't know, so I don't want to make a mistake with it. Find the dopamine they're seeking. Oh, what do you call it? There's gonna be a lot of dopamine when these tokens go higher later on. There we go. Take off a little wrapper. Yeah, no worries. GG 4545. I appreciate helping you out. What do you think about Chewy? I think it's good for a nice long term hold, but it's basically just been going viral over the last week or so. So you want to hop on board that train. I think it's better for day trading myself than swing trading. If you're gonna swing trade, just wait for those dips, gambits, and they really do give you some good profits there. Let's see. But right now, yeah, Bitcoin. I wouldn't even say it's coming down. I think it's just happening. It's more of a sideways market here. It's definitely been much more, I would say, boring this cycle compared to last cycle. But this cycle, I think, has been lasting a lot longer, hasn't it? Monthly chart here. Let's go to this one so we can kind of scale this out here. So this last bull market cycle really kicked off right here, you might say. That lasted for about 182 days, right? This one really has been so far 425 days. A lot longer period of time. You may say this whole thing was a bull market, but I mean, it wasn't really making these really good new highs at the time, right? So this bull market has been fairly good so far. I'm okay waiting for these consolidation periods because I believe we're going to continue to break out and go higher. Where you guys maybe might start to panic a little bit more, of course, is if we start breaking back down below the 20-week moving average. If that's the case, yeah, we're in a world of hurt this cycle. Which again, hopefully doesn't come to pass because we haven't made enough money this cycle here. But I think the dollar index is eventually going to break down. Maybe not this month, but eventually they're going to start coming back down here. And that's where we start to see a little bit more of a brighter future for Bitcoin. Really, this comes down very, very quickly. You can see back over here, 2020. Once we have some news from the Fed. The Fed caused that. The Fed caused that, right? Started hiking, stopped, and what was happening in November? No rate cuts, whatever it was. No. Oh, when we knew there was going to be no more rate hikes, right? So the Fed can make this drop in a heartbeat. It's going to take some time. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? You just want head rubs? You're not getting another treat. Yeah, you doing good? There you go. Nice little boy. Yes, you are. Yeah. You good? All right. You guys can see Loki for a second. He's whining as he wants attention. Hey, come here. What? Oh, not in the suit, but yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he's having a good time, kind of. He's looking at me like he wants treats, but he doesn't get to have treats. Yes. He has like the little velociraptor tail on the back. Yeah. Oops, sorry I poked your eye. My bad. He doesn't like patting as much. It's just good old scratching. See, he tries to bite you. He tries to force you. Yeah, see, he's like, okay, I'm not happy with the patting. Ew. I don't want you to eat my ring. But scratching, he'll just chill. See? That's scratching. Chill, chill, chill. Scratch the back. Scratch the back. Yeah, that's what he wants. You good? All right, you're good. You look dirty today. He was rolling around in dirt today. All right, there we go. All right, there you go. I do want to remind you guys that we still aren't out of the woods just yet. We still need to wait for us to consolidate for I don't know how many more weeks, but at least another month before everything gets back on track. I just want to preface that. But we can get back on track when Bitcoin's at $72,000. Then we kind of pop off from there, if that makes sense. So this is why I'm continuing to dollar cost average at these points. But like I said before, most of you guys are probably dollar cost averaging more of these larger altcoins and not as much of the lower ones. It's much smaller on, Fetch AIs and the other type of stuff out there. Or maybe not Fetch AI, but, Ethereum Classic and stuff. SEC, we're done for overuse of the powers. Everyone should just ignore them and move on business as usual. I wish it was that easy, but they have the government behind them and they can abuse that power as much as they want to. Oh. I was scratching your butt so much I forgot to smoke my cigar. Here we go. Phosphorus is all burned out, yeah. There we go. Oh, Padron, such a great flavor. On the upside, I just bought the MetaQuest 3 and I haven't even played with it yet because you're streaming. Dude, I've heard it's very, very, very nice. My sister has the second version of it, and she likes it a lot. I'm thinking of buying one myself. I don't see the value of the Apple one. I thought about it, but I just didn't see the value of it, so I'm definitely going to go with the Meta one myself here. Okay. Maybe once I'm done buying everybody birthday gifts. Loki's third birthday is this month, excuse me. My sister's birthday is this month. My grandmother's birthday is this month. I'm flying to Nashville this month. My coffers are drained right now. Not necessarily drained, but they will be. My sister is getting a new, let me show you. Whole Latte Love. This is where I buy a lot of my coffee stuff. Can I do this right here? There you go. You guys can see this a little better. Now I need to do a... Let's see, what's it called? And was at... Oh, they're selling out of a bunch of stuff. Oh. Maybe I won't buy it from them. Holy shit, everything's sold out. I wonder if there's supply chain issues going on or something. We'll go here. Do they have any? They're all on sale. Oh, maybe they're doing something fancy. Okay, well, let me go over here very fast. Move the price thing down. And then let me go over here to Gaja. And then price ascending. Oh, hell no. I guess we're not going with the price thing, but let's just go to best selling then. So my sister's getting, which one is these? What is it? Oh, maybe they don't. Oh, there it is. So I'm buying my sister this for her birthday because she's going back up to college, but she's not going to be in the dorms. So she'll be in an apartment. And I told her I wanted her to start saving up some money so she can invest with it. And so I figured if I buy this for her, she won't go to Starbucks every morning and, you know, like $8 a day every day. My fucking God. So, oh, but this is a refurbished one. See how it's academia? It's, so maybe I just passed it by and I didn't see it. No, oh, there it is. Jeez, my brain's not working today. There we go. But yeah, you don't want to buy refurbished stuff like this. It's not worth it. You just want to get everything with a warranty. But yeah, fully automatic luxury Italian espresso machine with painted stainless steel housing and full color grass. Pretty darn cool. You have the water, everything, and it makes a little cup of espresso. So I think she's going to enjoy this quite a bit. It's all kind of fancy and stuff. Comes with a good warranty. She doesn't have to worry about grinding her beans a specific way and doing all this and that and type of stuff. It's all there. And with the milk, you can put that milk in the refrigerator. And in the morning, when you're brewing it, you just pull it out of the refrigerator and you put it right in there. And then you just put the bond button, and it puts it in there. So pretty cool. But yeah, so some good stuff happening for my sister, I would say. You hope the hurricane won't cause Bitcoin to drop more? It may, especially if it hurts the oil prices. And by hurt, I mean it causes them to go higher. Texas does have a lot of oil, and I think Louisiana has a little bit of oil as well. So if it does, I think somebody was mentioning before, it turned up from Mexico or the Caribbean, you will notice some issues there. I have heard, or I heard from one of you guys, sorry if I can't remember the exact username. It's supposed to skip Florida and it's supposed to kind of go through the Caribbean, then kind of arc back up. And, we'll see how bad it ends up being. Hopefully, as it kind of goes along here, it starts to lose some steam. That may make things a little bit easier for us going forward, right? And hey, Larry, Those guys at Best Buy got me. It's good. It's more affordable. When I think about treating myself, that's exactly the price range that I think of when I want to treat myself. Unless it's some type of crazy, expensive vacation or something, but then that's a whole different type of vibe, right? So, Michael, any advice on getting people you care about to invest? I don't understand why people don't when it's an obvious move. I would tell them to open up a Robinhood account and tell them to start investing in stocks. And then just so happen, hey, Bitcoin's outperforming this, Bitcoin's outperforming that. You may want to look into that. Or if you don't want to hold Bitcoin on Robinhood, a little bit different than holding Bitcoin on another exchange, you can say, hey, why don't you just have a little bit of the Bitcoin spot ETF? That way you don't actually own it. You own a stock. You own an ETF. It's within that realm of safety. That might be the best way. I talk with a lot of cryptocurrency skeptics all the time. Every time I go to the Cigar Lounge, tons of skeptics there. But it maybe takes about a month for them to probably even start to invest in it. I have people that I know that invest $50,000 into Bitcoin just because I talk to them, but they have a lot more capital to do such a thing. Some people are like, oh yeah, I'll toss in $50. There you go. You're on your journey. And then I tell them, don't sell, don't do anything with it, don't add more if you feel like it's going up, just hold on to it. And then at the end of the day, see where you sell it, see if you're happy with those profits, and you can do that over and over and again. But most of the time, I'd say, really, baby step. You gotta give them steps. Remember, this is where I think my ADHD really comes into, really helps me out, because I understand all the small mental steps that have to be taken to do something. Because for me, I have to forcibly tell my brain to do certain things on a daily basis. Like when I stream for you guys. There's like a half an hour of step that usually goes into it. Today it was like an hour and a half because I had never multi-streamed before. So these things will be happening more and more and more. But yeah, I really tell them, do the baby steps. And then I tell them, like with some of my friends who do larger amounts, they know that when they buy, they're holding for years. They're not holding for days or weeks. If you have a friend that wants to hold for days and weeks just to get used to it, tell them to invest $5. A really small amount, the cup of coffee, right? So that way, if it goes down or something like that, they're typically not Rachel talked about there. Don't recommend. They'll blame you if they lose. If they win, they'll know and FOMO on their own. Yeah. So typically, I try to walk them through these types of steps here. But you could always tell them once you buy $500 or $100 or $5 or $10, whatever, you can look at one of my daily update videos just to kind of have an idea of what Bitcoin's doing and just kind of chill with it. But usually small amounts of money work best. And you warn them of that FOMO. You have to warn them quite a bit, right? And you just kind of have to hold on to it. But it's definitely for those people that like to plan. Because remember me, if I tell somebody, hey, you're going to buy for years, that's typically not where I tell them that you want to buy right now. I tell them to buy once the market's kind of crashed, everybody's really sad and depressed, all that type of stuff, right? That's usually how we go about this. But yeah, that's basically the way I would go about it. And then INJ, let me see if I have INJ on this one. Whew, 15 is pretty bearish. Now, on the weekly chart here, we are still bearish, but we are slowing down a little bit here. Let's pull this back a little bit more. So you have the support level here. It looks pretty good so far. We're definitely consolidating still here. It's not just going straight up. The MACD, the stochastic, and the RSI are still all bearish. So that's, that's a horrible B, but you get the point here. It's definitely not a good sign for where the future of this token is going right now. What you're going to have to do is either dollar cost average into this and just have so much and just kind of patiently wait. Wait for the move to happen. And then what you're waiting for is, there we go. You're waiting for us to really break back above that 50-day moving average. And that's when you might see a little bit more of a longer term play before that breakout here. So for now, if you have a position in this, maybe you bought all the way up here, or maybe you bought over here somewhere, maybe you just bought, somewhere over the last few days. Right now, your goal is to get as much of this token as you want until you feel comfortable with. After that, I really wouldn't be doing much more dollar cost averaging unless you feel like you want to add more onto it, which you can always change your mind. But really, you want to see this hover for about a couple weeks or so. I really want to see at least a week to week and a half. And then once it starts getting back above $25, then the weekly chart should be able to actually figure itself out a little bit more and then actually have that larger boom that takes you probably right back up here towards $33. See that level of resistance right there, or right there? That's really the goal for any trades you're making at this point in time. For somebody that wants to hold onto this for a longer period of time, you know, there are some clear levels of resistance above that, like 36 bucks, or over here 53 bucks. But right now, that's definitely going to take a little bit more time. I would say the way this has been going, which has been pretty good, right? 2022, it's been good. You're going to have to suffer for this maybe a week and a half more. Wait for that CPI data, and the CPI data is probably going to be the only thing that really gets you going here as far as a nice jolt of a move, because what altcoins are more susceptible to is a stronger dollar. So as the dollar continues to go higher, you really saw over the last few weeks a lot of those altcoins really coming down hard. We need to see these altcoins going up by watching the dollar index come down quite a bit, and we're just not there right now. So you're probably going to see that continue to stagnate or even go lower. I don't see too much bullishness in there unless Bitcoin right now is able to have that break out above the 50-day moving average and start going back up towards $75,000, or at the high right now, probably $65,000 to $66,000. Excuse me, not 70. I wish we were in the 70s right now. I've been thinking about leverage. I never used it, but I wouldn't mind trying it and learning about it. 2% max, perfect. On Fairdesk, do you have to use futures to leverage, or is there leverage with spot? With Fairdesk, there is just the futures. If you want to do the future, the leverage positions, I believe Blowfin has that. So go over here to Blowfin, go over to markets, and I believe there's the spot markets over here that have it. I believe they have it over here, or I could be thinking of CoinW. I don't normally use these, so my bad. I'm a little bit rusty on these. So no, so it's not here. It must be trade. What do I have that's making? Oh, okay, just had to load for. Oh, I forgot I'm streaming so much. Which one has it? Is it under the ETF ones? CoinW might have it under the ETFs here. Yeah, there we go. ETF X3, ETF X4, ETF X6. So they might not have. Let me go to Bitcoin ETFs. Let's see. So here's the Bitcoin 6 long here. Am I not logged into this anymore? Oh, I must have logged out or something. But yeah, I think it's CoinW that might have that one. Normally, when I used to use it primarily on KuCoin when I traded it back in 2021 and 2022. It was a lot more KuCoin, but once KuCoin kind of got kicked out, I really stopped using it altogether. Let me get back to you tomorrow on it, just so I like absolutely know that it's the right thing. I don't want you to like open up a new account, transfer money, and they're like, oh fuck, and I gotta send that money back somewhere else. Let me see if I can find it out before tomorrow here, because I don't see it. I know Fairdesk doesn't have it. I'm looking at it right now. Their spot is a little bit different. Unless there's something new, yeah, now it's much different. So yeah, let me get back to you and I'll figure it out. My thought is just the $25 at 2x cross with maybe $150 in the account. Thoughts? That'll work. That'll be fine. You still would need to use stop losses in that scenario, but yes. And if you wanted to go through that, you could, if you didn't want to use stop loss, you want to be more patient, you can make that into an isolated trade because the leverage is so small. So you do have that door opened up to you quite a bit, which is kind of a nice way to go about it. Bybit has good liquidity if you trade with millions. That's true. Is Bybit even available where I live, though? I don't think it is. Let's see if it gives me a warning sign. It's not giving me a warning sign right now. I thought it was not available here. I used to get this little red mark. Or do I have a VPN rolling right now? I don't think. No, I don't have a VPN rolling right now. There it is. Oh, you guys can't see it. Your IP address indicates you're limited in one of Bybit's restricted regions or countries. So yeah, I can't use it. I would give it a shot. But if you go over here to leverage tokens right here, ETP, yep. They only have Bitcoin. Oh, here they go. Spot trading. They have it. Ethereum 5x, Bitcoin's 5x. So yeah, if you live in a region where it has Bybit, you may be able to. But I unfortunately do not. Not until I move to Panama, but that's still a year away, pretty much. Almost 11 months now, though. It's coming along. I'm still using MEXC. I don't even have access to MEXC. Washington, I don't have access to everything I want to. But yeah. All right, but okay, guys. I'm going to end this stream right now. I got to go out. It's been a cool couple hours hanging with you guys. This has been the first multi-stream. I didn't hear any complaints about people not being able to see the quality and stuff like that. So I really appreciate you guys watching me. I'm going to get used to the multi-streams and exactly how they work. My computer seems to have enough upload speed to stream to like 6 different places at once, which is great. That's why I spend so much money on it, of course. But it's definitely something I'm liking. And hey, Wilder, the big difference is no fees. The fee structure between spot and the fee structure between futures, right? The big fee difference, I would say, right there. But yeah, I'll see you guys a little bit later, and thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I think that the stream went well. I'm gonna get used to it. The things I have to really work on, though, is like that right there you guys are seeing. Normally it's going to be like that, so I got to get that figured out. But I think what I have to do is I just have to fix this so it works properly no matter where I'm going, you know? And I'm not used to that as of right now, so we'll see. So thank you, everybody. Enjoy your new, product to kind of wear and see how it works out. I haven't had a chance to use the newer ones yet, but I'm excited to try one out. So have a good night, and I'll see you guys a little bit later. I'll post a video a little bit later on tonight, too, while I'm at the Cigar Lounge, if I'm able, if the cars aren't too loud and stuff. And I'll give you guys a little bit more of an update about what's going on in the market. But right now, steady Eddie, waiting for a breakout later on today. Hopefully waiting for that move. This is a high-risk move if you guys are buying, though. It's still high risk. The technicals don't suggest a very large move happening unless whales typically would come in here and give us a really quick and fast boost. That's what you guys are hoping for. So if you guys are buying, you're buying now and you're waiting, and you're having a stop loss set. If you guys don't want to